Hey guys. Okay, so today we're going to be balancing chemical equations. So the first thing you need to understand that when is you start with, of course, an unbalanced equation, but sometimes they're already balanced. Sometimes it's just all one. Okay, so just make sure you check on that. But anyways, in this circumstances we're going to start with an unbalanced one. Okay, so I'm going to start with by putting this as what we're trying to figure out. Okay, those are called your coefficient. Okay, your coefficient. So and then we're going to put H2 plus O2, and then this is the yield sign. So this side before the arrow, these are your reactants. This is the ingredients you need. Like say for example you're making a cake, that's the eggs, that's the flour, that's the milk, and so on. And this is like 1 cup, this is 2 cups, so those are your that's a perfect analogy for what we're doing in here. So again, this is the ingredients, and then in here this is your product. Okay, so that will be water. Okay, so again, this will be the cake, and this is like, so we're trying to figure out how many cups, but we're not doing cups. We're going to go based on coefficients, based on elements and how much we need. Okay, so anyways, and remember that anyways each element has its own masses, and we use that to help us know how much we need to put in to make a certain chemical reaction. Okay, how much of this is going to come out of it. Okay, so anyways, so let's go ahead and do number 2. Draw a box under each reactant and each product. Place the exact number of each element in the box. So now we're going to rewrite that. So it's H2 plus O2, and this is your yield sign. That means that's when you put it in the oven or whatever you need to make the reaction occur. So, and of course, this is your product. Okay, so again, this is right before, this is your reactant, and that's your product, how much you're going to produce, and this right here is your yield, what you're yielding. Okay, this is where you put it in the oven. Okay, so anyways, let's go ahead and we're going to draw a box under each reactant, each product, place the exact number of each element in the box. So for each one, we're going to draw, like for H2, again, H2 is together. You never separate it. So you're going to draw one box here, and then plus, and then this is O2, so that's another box. And you're going to draw exactly the exact number of elements in each box. So this one has 2, right? So 1, 2, and that has 2 O's. Okay, so and now we're going to do water, and this one has 2 waters, 2 H's, and then this one has 1 O. Okay, remember you don't have to put a 1, just being there, that signifies that's a 1. Okay, the next thing, are the numbers of elements on both sides equal? So that's when you check. So that's what I meant, like, oh, maybe sometimes they're all 1s. So in here, there's 2 H's, oh, there's 2 O's, and there's 1 O. So no, it's not balanced. They're not equal. So remember, boxes cannot change though, okay? They cannot, H2 is always going to have 2 H's, 2 O's. So if you're going to add stuff, you're going to add boxes, but it has to look the way it looks, okay? So remember, boxes cannot change. Everything in them has to remain the same no matter how many boxes you add. So now you add boxes to balance the elements. So now I'm going to rewrite all this stuff. Okay, so now that I redrew it, now what I want to do, now you add boxes to balance the element. So since this one has, okay, so you start, like say for example, like we don't really worry about the H's here because really it's the O's that is unbalanced. Okay, so this side is 2, this one's 1. So you need to add another O in here. Okay, so you can't, again, you cannot, if you're going to add a box, you have to add the whole thing. So now you're going to have 2 O's to balance the O's, but unfortunately you unbalance the hydrogens. But that's simple because the good thing is that this comes in 2's. So really, you just need one more box of H's in here. So it would be that will make four H's, two O's, and two O's. You're basically done. Okay. So all you do is you double check that they have the same number of elements on each side. Count the boxes. These are the coefficients. These are the big numbers. Okay. So in here, we're gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, so in here we would have, this is again two boxes, so that means it's 2. Okay, this one stays as one box, so that means it's a big 1. Okay, that's a 1. And then this one has 2 boxes, so that means it's 2. So your answer should come out 2, 1, 2. Okay, those are your coefficients. Again, these are your coefficients. Okay, so say for example, we have this one. Okay, now this one is different from the one I just showed you because most of them are going to be simple enough, but sometimes they have parentheses. So that's where it kind of throws all the students the parentheses. So basically, again, we just draw them out. So that's 1 copper plus that's 1 silver, 1 nitrogen, and it has 3. That 3 belongs to O. So there's no parenthesis. So the parenthesis usually means like here that 2 belongs to the O and the O3 and the nitrogen. Okay, so this one, that 3 only belongs to oxygen, so that's 3 O's. Okay, and then you have 1 silver. Okay, and then you have, now the copper is outside the parenthesis, so copper is just 1. Okay, so nitrogen though, if you look at it, you have to think of it like math, like when you go and basically you're multiplying that 2 with how that's only 1 nitrogen. So that means that'll be 2 nitrogens. And then 2 times that that 3, that means 3 O's. So, and it's 2 times 3 O's. So that means it's 6 O's. So it's 2 times 3, it's 6. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's 1 box. And again, you never change how it looks inside the box. You just add boxes. Okay, so on this one, well, copper is just 1 and 1, so we don't really do anything with copper. Silver is 1 and 1, so you go one at a time. You start with the first one that comes out in here, and then you check silver. Nitrogen is here is 1. And this one is 2. So no matter what, you need to add another box here because you need 2 nitrogens. So we're going to go ahead and add another box. And that will make it 2 hydrogens. But now we added basically more silver. And then we added another up here, like more oxygens. Okay, so oxygen is quite simple because it's 6 is 6 and this is 6. So this is perfect actually. Nitrogen is now, but now silver is the one, so that we need to change. So we just add, the good thing is it's 1, so it's just 1 more. And that will make it 2 silvers, 2 silvers, 2 nitrogens, 2 nitrogens, 6 oxygens, 6 oxygens. So remember, as long as this left side equals to the right side, that's fine. After you're done, then you count the boxes. So it will be 1 copper, 2 boxes, that means 2 silver nitrate, and then this one is silver, that's 2 silvers, and this is copper nitrate, so it will be 1 box. Okay, and that's basically it. You are done.